All right. It's loading. Unless you can see it, I don't know.
It says that we are live.
Okay, it does not say that on my computer. Come on. The little engine that could. Keep on trucking. All right, everybody, welcome to Stadia Party Chat Podcast, episode 30, February 6th. We're coming at you with the cloud gaming news this week. Here at Stadia Party Chat Podcast, we are two Canadian gaming enthusiasts, both founding members of the Stadia platform, who love gaming, love sharing the news, discussing rumors, and having fun at the same time. Today is episode 30. Yes, we've made it 30 episodes. Can't believe it. We've done it for 30 weeks now.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Destiny TWAB this week is going to be a big one. There's lots going on with different weapons, different weapon archetypes. Now the manufacturers of weapons matter. What? Anyways, we'll get into that later. Stadia exclusive. What were they saying? What's going on there? And Stadia returned some comments. As always, we got some news and we got rumors around games on Stadia. We got Risk of Rain DLC. Is it coming to Stadia? We think so. New countries, possibly Brazil, Mexico, population of almost like 200 million gamers. So we got lots to talk about. Sky Climbers Alpha coming to Stadia, reconfirmed by their Twitter. And we got more and more and more. So let's jump into it. As always, we'll say what we've been playing this week on the cloud. So, Sebastian, my super co-host, as always. Sorry, there was a lot to go into that beginning, and I know we got a lot to cover.
All good, all good. Yeah, so playing a little bit of Destiny this week. I play a little bit of Rainbow Six Siege, but I haven't had a chance to try the new game that came on Stadia. But a lot of news that came through. It's pretty crazy. Destiny 2 is coming to be amazing, so I'm quite excited about it, and I can't wait for the new season. I'm quite hype about it. What about yourself there, Rudix?
Oh yeah, probably the exact same as you. Got into a little bit of extraction on a mission one or two, and then it's Destiny getting in some bounty hoarding. I myself was playing a little bit of Showdown, closing out those seasonal challenges because I had plenty of time to get them done before the end of the season. I think I still have like 3 left to do. So, yeah, I'm getting there. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. But we both know, and as anyone has seen on any TWAB explanation, it's a super long one.
Yeah, it's a long one, and I was able to condense it like a little bit more, so it's gonna be hopefully easier. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, should I pull up the screen? Are you ready?
Yep, yep. Put up the TWAB, and we'll go from there.
Um, what?
And
All
I'll
right.
cover like some of the stuff. I read it, and I think you can go online. There's like a couple people that cover it. If you want to go see it in more detail, I suggest to go read it. It's a long read. Obviously it's like I don't know, like it's a very long read. Like last week, they made it very short, and it was like, well, are they gonna put everything into the last 2 weeks? Well, I guess that's what we're gonna do. So today was the not today, but like this week was a lot about the weapons, the crafting, and a lot of new stuff. So we'll cover it up as soon as Rudix put it on the
Uh,
screen. Are you able to put it on the screen?
no,
Okay,
I
I
have
can.
no share screen abilities right now.
Okay, let me share it. I'll
I can
try
do
that.
multiple participants, but it's just telling me right now I have to end everything to be able to do that.
Okay, let me do it. I think you're having some difficulty with
I'm
the
sorry, man.
computer, right? No problem, no problem. So if we go, okay, I have to go from the top, right? All right, so this week at Bungie, so some of the stuff we have happening, pretty crazy. The first thing I want to say, I think we all heard, I think we talked about it last like podcast. Sony bought Bungie. Pretty crazy thing, unexpected, but it's not something that happened like day and night. Like it has to be planned for the past like few months, maybe the past years. Who knows? So it's pretty crazy that happened, right? So hopefully, nothing's gonna change. Bungie promised nothing's gonna change. Also, Sony promised that. I think the reasoning behind that is to help Bungie to create their movie or show,
Yeah, that's a big
whatever it
indicator
is.
there.
Yeah, and then the fact it's Sony Entertainment can take care of that, that's going to be amazing. So I think it's a good thing at the end of the day. And we're still going to see Destiny 2 on all the platform. The thing we might consider is that the next game, I know Bungie was working on a new game. So who knows, maybe that game's going to be exclusive to PlayStation. Maybe not. What was the name of that game? I try to remember.
Matter.
Matter,
That was
yeah.
the rumor, at least, that we were hearing on Reddit, right? There was a couple screenshots and people were saying this and that about it.
Exactly. So pretty crazy. The next thing, and then they show like they published that Bungie answer to some of the stuff, and also Sony. The one thing I want to mention, take note. There's a lot of people that bought like the Witch Queen 1 million Destiny player all across platform. So what I can tell you is that on the day of the Witch Queen launch, it's gonna be a long way to log in. There probably gonna be some crash. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but like the update's gonna be 14 hours, so they better get their server ready for it.
Yeah, I
Also,
hope I hope Sony's helping them out.
yeah, I don't know. Well, that's the other thing. We can talk more about it, but I have an idea that maybe Google might be helping into all this as our per we'll go to the news later and talk about it more. So they showed the new trailer of the Witch Queen, which show the weapon and the crafting. We can play it, but it's I'll suggest to have a look at it. It showed a new glaive. It shows that the glaive is using like every uh, character, like the Titan's gonna have a specific glaive, the Warlock's gonna have a specific one, and also the Hunter. It showed the new exotic also. So there's like some new exotic in there. The exotic for the Titan I'm most excited, which is arm, I think, and the barricade is transformed into like a barricade of stasis. So it's a little bit like the grenade basically, which is pretty amazing. Um, I try to remember the Warlock and the Hunter. I think the Hunter was an arm piece also, and the Warlock, I try to remember what it was. But yeah, I'm more excited for the Titan for some reason. I have my build pretty ready for now, and yeah, look at the video. It's pretty good. I'll suggest to have a look, but we'll move on just so we can cover the old TWAB and not make it like an hour and a half long. So the main thing what they're covering here, it's the crafting. So here's the crafting station, how it's gonna look like. So basically, the way it's gonna work is that after you be crafting your first weapon, and there's gonna be a quest where it's gonna make you craft your glaives, which is pretty amazing. It's gonna give you the tutorial, all it's happening and stuff, and then you're gonna get the weapon right from the beginning. So after you craft that, then you're gonna have the chance to craft your first weapon other than the glaive. And how it works is that after you craft it, you'll get like some random drop of it. Some of it's gonna be dropping with a specific, I'll move it forward, the deep side resonance, which is this kind of like perk on the weapon. And basically it's gonna make you do an activity to just like complete it. Like in this case, it asks you to use a weapon in combat or to complete activity in order to attune to the resonance and extract the material useful for shaping the weapon. In this case, I think it was like to pull out the rampage. Don't really see it. I think they were taking that as an example. They pull out their rampage. So the idea is that when you complete that, you can extract that perk, and then after this, you can craft the same weapon with that perk on by installing it, if that makes sense. So pretty crazy. You can like change a barrel type, change a mag type, for that weapon. It could be like any other weapon. Sometimes it's the sight, not the sight. Yeah, the sight you can change, and you can change the perk. So that's gonna be quite exciting, actually. I kind of like that. And then they show some picture how certain things are gonna look like. So we got to see the new artifact, how it looks like. It looks like a part of the glaive or something like that. And then a new ghost here, which you can see on top. So yeah, and so the new weapon. So that's what piqued my interest. Also the armor for the Titan. But yeah, quite exciting. So that's the weapon. Let me see. So after you crafted
It
that
looks like
weapon,
somebody's got enough shards there, eh?
I know, right? Jeez.
Oh my
That might
goodness.
be their test character or something.
Shard much?
And then, so in regards to the weapons, the other thing that's gonna happen is that as you use it more, you're gonna unlock new perk, new thing, and it's gonna make us like it's gonna be a new way of farming. So you're not gonna be farming for god roll of it. You're gonna be farming the weapon to get something better out of it. So it's going to unlock more out of it, which is quite interesting. So it's going to make you use the weapon more and more. And yes, you're going to have random drop through the world, and you're going to get like the attune progression on us. So that might be it. So that's the farming strategy. You're still going to be farming for God roll, but it's going to be farming for the perk that you want with the attunement or the deep sight resonance on it. So could be quite interesting. So we'll see how it goes with that. The other thing also, so that's some other stuff they're showing. So basically, you're gonna be able to modify the weapon afterwards and change the type of frame, which is quite interesting. Because some frame will like our precision, but the new weapon coming up, you're gonna be able to change the frame. So like make it a precision high impact frame or adaptive. So that should be quite interesting. There's probably going to be some unlock to do for that. Same here to show like when you get to the crafting, you can either shape, create a new weapon, or modify the weapon you already have. Moving on, so the next thing I will mention quickly is that the memento. So you know, like currently on your weapon, when you mastercraft it, you can have a tracker for crucible or just killing enemy. But in that case, it's going to be a tracker for the activity you're going to be playing. So you can change it to say, oh, I want to get the tracker for Gambit or for Vanguard Strike or for Trials of Cyrus. So it's quite interesting. You're gonna have a
Like
multiple
for
tracker for that one.
raids?
Yeah, maybe. So maybe
Uh,
it's gonna be like similar to what you have on your
801.
character on your emblem, like showing like the number, like let's say of triumph you have or anything like that. Maybe that's gonna turn to be on the weapon for certain activity. So that could be interesting.
Never ever have a Gambit tracker on any of your weapons. I forbid it.
Well, hopefully they change Gambit to make it more attractive because currently Gambit is terrible. But moving on, the other thing I want to mention is that you're going to be able to craft exotic weapon, which is quite exciting because then like you got to think of Dead Man's Tale, you got to farm for it to get a different role. In this case, you're going to be able to put the role you want. It's going to be certain perks is not going to change on the weapon. Certain perks going to stay the same, a little bit like you look at the Arc Moon. Some of the perk are the same, it's just the same one changing. That's probably going to be it. Next to that, we're going to have some pursuit weapon. So the pursuit weapon, think of the a salvo, a salvager salvo. It's basically a pursuit weapon. So it's one of those weapons that you get every season. It's easy to get, and also it has like a better stat than like farming other weapons. So it's for a beginner, it's like getting you somewhere. So there's new one coming up. I think the next one is going to be a sniper. No, it's going to be a shotgun. So we're going to have this one, the
Yeah,
reckless
the shotgun.
engagement shotgun. So, and then you're going to be able to probably chase the ornament from Vanguard Strike. to Crucible and Gambit. So quite interesting. They adding that. Well, they considering that. So it's kind of a better way to do things versus like having the Recluse and Mountain Top, which was way too much. So moving on, we still have a little bit more to do. So origin trait. So that's another thing they're gonna add on to the game. So basically, origin trait will be a specific type perk that's gonna go on the weapon. In this case, they call it a trait, but like it's gonna be specific, let's say for an activity. So if you do a Vanguard strike on Nightfall, if you look at like you're farming the plug one or a palindrome or anything like that, they're gonna come with a trait that's gonna be specific to like for Vanguard Strike or like for Crucible. Like in this case, you can have a chance to have switch it between Trial of Osiris or Crucible. So like some of the perk they're taking some per example Alacrity. I don't know how to say it, but Alacrity, sure. So it's going to give you some bonus and it's going to make it like more favorable for you to use in Crucible or in this case in Trial Osiris, or let's say a Nightfall strike. You're going to have like that weapon from the Nightfall is going to have stunning recovery, which is going to create like your magazine to partially refill and trigger health, regeneration, and improve recovery for a short duration when you stun the champion. So that's going to be very good for doing GM, I think. So it's little bonuses that they add to that, which I really like. It's gonna make those weapons that you get in like the different activity more useful, I think, because some of the weapon I get them, I delete them because they don't have a good pool of like of perk and stuff. But like if you have like certain of those perk added to it and you can craft with it, like that would be awesome. The other one they creating is the weapon foundry, which it's going to be the same thing. They're going to have an origin trait, but it's going to be for the specific type of weapon, like Omolon, Akevis. So there's like all those weapons going to be coming to the next season. So every specific foundry is going to have specific trait, which is going to be quite interesting. So I can't wait to see that. The other thing they mentioned here is that the new world loot pool is going to be coming with 12 new weapon from year one. So they're going to revamp them with new perk and stuff like that. I wonder if we're going to be able to craft them also. I think the crafting is going to come in slowly and that's going to be solving a lot of our issue with the vault. But if those world loot pool don't come with a crafting perk or anything like that, that's going to hurt a little bit more, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, just to show you some example of the perk, I think they mentioned it somewhere here. No, sorry, they don't mention it. Oh yeah, there we go. So for let's say the Soros sorry, I will go with the Ake breach armament. So they will basically have a weapon that's going to be dealing increased damage against vehicle, turret, barricade, and stasis crystal. So that's going to be the perk added to that weapon type on top of your normal perk. So it's quite interesting they're adding that. So it's going to make I would call it more the weapon brand, like specific to a different way or play style, basically.
Yeah,
so
it's giving more complexity and more layers to each of the weapons.
I can't wait to re-see this weapon. What was this weapon called? Val. I really like that one. What was the 720 auto rifle? Yeah, it almost looked like a recluse.
720 auto rifle. There's only the Chroma Rush. What do you mean?
No, that's like from year one. That's they can revamp it. Yeah, it was like a solar, I think.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
I don't know.
I remember like seeing those. Those one I
Before
don't
my
know.
time.
Yeah, I remember this shotgun. I think we all have one. Cool. So what's next?
It looks like first in, last out.
Yeah, that's what it is. but it's like the older version, but now it's gonna be reroll of it, I guess, right? So moving on, so there're gonna be a lot of archetype weapon change. So same for some exotic weapon. They mentioned like a change some 140 RPM end cannon. They mentioned change on some of the other weapon like the rocket launcher. So to make like other type of like rocket launcher more favorable than everybody going with the precision. So like some change like that, which is pretty good. Sniper rifle aim assist is going to change a little bit. So apparently the higher zoom are like tracking headshot way better than the low zoom. I don't know. I still like cannot figure out how to snipe properly with that weapon on mouse and keyboard. So, and there's some change on pulse rifle because they don't do enough damage. Thank God. That's something I noticed on PvE. That's like the pulse rifle and not doing enough damage. So that's good. They increasing the damage on it. Some of the exotic weapon, they're gonna make Chaperone a little bit of a nerf, which I'm happy because on PvP it's just crazy. They're reducing the range. There is duality. Also, they're gonna do some change, but not too much. I know you like the duality.
I like the duality. What are they
Uh,
doing? But it's not quite as rangy. On the other
yeah.
hand,
So they're gonna be the same amount of range. So duality and chaperone. So it's gonna be good.
reduced passive range buff in slug mode. Lame.
Yeah, slug mode. I think it's when you aim down sight,
Oh
right?
my god, they're killing it. From 1.25 to 0.5, like
Yeah,
you have to be right in front of them.
pretty much.
Ugh.
They're gonna make the Teraba better. It's like I've seen it already, like being very good, but like they're gonna make their ravenous beast. So basically, after getting a kill, you get that damage buff, and it's gonna
Yeah,
last longer.
good.
And it's gonna be when you swap weapon, it's not or steal the weapon, it's not gonna go away. So I wonder if you can kind of use it on other
Save it.
weapon or
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. The Reminisce effigy, they're gonna work on it to make it more a little bit better. So
What gun's
good.
that again? It's been
That's the
non-existent since it first came out.
it's the
The
trace
void ball
rifle.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that create ball after a kill. Yeah. Lumina, they like working on Aegir Scepter, make it like apparently it's a bit too powerful and people are like just maintaining their stasis super a lot. That's Mentel, they're gonna turn it into a 130 RPM instead of 150. So yeah, that's sad, but
Slowing it down.
yeah, it's because too many people are using. Lawrence Drive, increase the flinch receive. I'm freaking happy about that because how many time I get edge shot and I'm like I'm hitting them, but like they still get me. I guess the yeah the the flinch is not happening. Forerunner, they can increase the ammo you pick up, so you get more ammo. It's a sidearm. I really like it for PvP. Think it's fun to play with.
Yeah, but you get barely any ammo, so I'm glad they're doing something
Hmm.
here.
Yeah,
You
so
get like
every time you
one
pick up
bullet.
ammo brick, you're gonna have more. So instead of adding,
Yeah.
was it, let's say
Instead
from
of
2 to
one.
3, so they're
Yeah.
getting 3 instead of 2. Because I know like overall in the PvP, also they're gonna reduce the amount of ammo you get from a special brick. So like if you have a shotgun, you're only gonna get 1 ammo instead of having 2 or something like that, and they're
Yeah.
gonna drop less often. So quite interesting. Moving on. There's more to this. So there's like some weapon that we know and cannon, like I mentioned, the 140. They're gonna like buff some of them because since they changed it from the 150 to the 140, there's been like lower range and some stuff like that. So if
Yeah.
you have a good dire promise, I'll say keep it. That's gonna be amazing. Less aim assist, but I'm all right with that. Higher range, higher stability. That's awesome. Waking Vigil, that's an old gun too if you have a good roll. Jack, Queen, King. I wonder if they're gonna re-roll it, because that was one from the season of
Never heard of
the
it.
one with Osiris. So like you remember on Mercury you could like farm it or get a roll, but it was like a
Oh,
specific roll. It
yeah.
wasn't rolling with anything else.
Yeah, it was with all of that stuff that got me my favorite ghost.
Yes, yes. And then like you get spare ration also if you had I never had a good roll for it, so I'm guessing they get re-roll some of those weapons. So interesting. And Fellwinter's Lie getting a 15% spread angle. So okay, they're giving some love to it.
Good.
So Fellwinter is gonna come back to be crazy, and
No,
some
they're making it more
it's gonna spread more.
right. So that means it'll do less damage. It'll be less concentrated, I think. Because
Oh,
they're saying
okay.
it
So the
makes it
pellets can
far too
spread more.
consistent and lethal compared to similar shotguns.
Yeah.
And it's had plenty of time to shine, so they're nerfing it.
Yeah, because I still see it. I still see a lot of people running around with shotgun.
Yeah, get out of here.
The Iculus SMG, they're making it less powerful. Don't know why. I
Oh,
try to.
sorry.
From the look of it, they look like they tried to get us to go away from the Iculus SMG, but sure. Next thing I want to cover, without making too long, I still have a few things there. So we have the some of the perks gonna get not nerf, and some others gonna get buffed. The Agio, they're gonna change it to make it better. So if you have that perk on some weapon, I know I didn't really like that perk, but they're gonna make it way better. So I'm
Yeah,
pretty
it
happy about
slowed
that.
down your reload or something, but increased your
Damage.
damage.
Yeah,
So
slow
I
down
like that
your shot,
idea.
and yeah, it's kind of like you have to suffer to get like something good, but yeah. But overall, they're gonna add some stuff which is perfect. Dual loader, they're gonna make it a little bit faster. I'm happy because my shotgun, I like to have that for PvE. Danger zone, it's terrible, so they can change it. Tap the trigger, they're changing it also. They make it it's too good for fusion rifle, so they're gonna change it
No,
for fusion rifle. Yeah.
we're stopped so much that we stopped putting it on fusion rifles.
Exactly, because it's too good. I totally understand, because tap the
And
trigger
then
is when they
Squidface
initially
sold it a couple of times. That's funny, Squidface.
and then so Ed Seeker, some change. Eager's Edge, I notice people using it a little bit too much for like
Yeah, it's
and they
just
worry it's gonna like break the next raid, and people's gonna try to travel around. So that's one thing they mentioned. They want to make sure people are retaining the challenge, and they're working for it. So they're gonna reduce it, but they're gonna still leave it like able to like be used to like fly and stuff like that. Some of the stuff they're removing completely. No, they don't remove it, are they? Yeah, they're shelving perks. So Underdog, Shield Disorient, and Air Assault. I don't even remember Air Assault, but like Underdog, every time I see that on a weapon, I delete it. Bottomless Grief and Celestry. So they were part of like Trial Osiris. So that's good. And in near future, so there's more to come. They're gonna focus more into like PvP weapon, and they're gonna do some more change, like the special ammo. That's what I was mentioning. They're gonna be doing more balancing for primary. Quite interesting what's coming up. So more, I got more. They're talking about the year of the tiger. If you haven't seen it, go to the store and you can buy some of the ornament and
the
ship and stuff
ghost
like
and
that goes. Yeah.
yeah, the water tiger to be specific.
Is that what it is? Oh,
Well, that's the year, yeah,
oh okay. There we
of
go.
the zodiac.
So there's more to come. Here they explain like how long they're gonna be out for. It's 14 hours. No, that's
14 hours.
yeah. If you look, it's from 7 p.m. PST to 9 a.m. PST.
So
So
When
there's
are
gonna
they
be,
coming back on? They're going out the day before?
yeah. So they say on the 22nd of downtime. So I'm guessing that's on the 21st. Yeah, they say the 21st until the 22nd. So 9 a.m. PST. I don't know what's that in EST. I want to see that's like around 12 or something. So
Okay.
crazy,
It
crazy.
looks like they'll be down overnight and then you just wait till reset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. There's gonna be some change. Well, that's happening now. Shadow Realm is rotating daily instead of weekly now for people to catch up. We got a GM Nightfall catch up node clarification because apparently there was some issue. There was like a window popping up saying now you can access it, but it was accessible for a while. And in some year 4 content vaulting, sorry. So we can go over that very quickly. So wrong link. So basically there's like some item they're going to be disappearing for the next season, and it's something to watch out. We're just going to go over it very quickly, but the link is on inside the TWAB. If I go back to it right here, let's open in a new tab. So basically all those items gonna be disappearing. So all the bounty mission and quests from the Tangle Shore, Forsaken campaign, Season of the Unchosen, Splicer, and Loss. So any of those activities gonna be disappearing. Then we got all the ritual and pinnacle weapon quests and ornaments. So make sure you grab those. So the gear will become available in the moment of Lost Light Exotic Archive. Bella of Conquest, I don't remember what's that. Cabal goals, anything related with like seasonal activity. It's all gonna be going away. I want to mention Etheric Spiral. So that's like the currency from the Tangle Shore. It's gonna disappear. I thought they would like have done like last year. They gave us a couple months before they remove it completely, so we had time to spend it. I think I still have 6,000 of them, and I need to find a day where I can spend them because I don't know how else I can spend them. Anything from the Tangle Shore again. Some of the ghost mod we've been using. Well, I haven't used them, but anything that to give you gunsmith material are mods. So gunsmith materials all going away. Proving ground, yep. That's all like seasonal. Mud component, thank God, because I got 6 stack in my freaking vault. So I'm happy that you're getting rid of that. And there's more, all the wanted bounty. If you haven't done them, I suggest to do them. And weapon telemetry. So that's pretty much what they're getting rid of. So that's a long list, but you can go through and make sure that you have this sorted. Next, we have weapon cycling. So some of the weapon that's coming on Trial Osiris, Nightfall, and Iron Banner, they're cycling out so that like if Iron Banner, I think it's gonna be next week or the week after. So if you don't have any of those weapons yet, I will suggest to go for it. For Trial Osiris, those are the weapon you can access. So go for it. And Nightfall, well, like we got 3 weeks left, and I don't think we can all access them. I think this week is the Swamp and Palindrome, so go for it. Well, that was last week. So that's all the weapon cycling, and that's pretty much it. I tried to go as quick as possible. It was like about 40 minutes, but there's more info to go through in there. They show a couple of movies. I'm not gonna go over them, and some art, which I really like. This one looks pretty amazing. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for the TWAB. Pretty much it. Like it's all of this basically. A lot of information for the TWAB. That was just crazy, but yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a TWAB.
Exactly. That was a big one. And like, is next week's gonna be the same thing? Probably. We'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, they'll probably go over abilities next.
Yeah, probably the Void 3.0, they're gonna go over that. I know they went over it before, but they're probably gonna go over it again just to make sure they're covering everything or showing some of the change they did.
All right. All right. Well, lots to look forward in Destiny, but there's also lots happening in the news. So let's move on to some news then if we're out with Destiny. All right, awesome. All right, so we're getting into some Risk of Rain 2 DLC, but is it coming to Stadia? We've had some reports that we should expect it in Q2 of 2022. We also have a change log back when Risk of Rain was first introduced to Stadia, where Google says both DLC content packages will be coming to Stadia. So I think we can be fairly confident on their webpage right now. The Risk of Rain 2 is saying it's coming to Steam first, I believe, and then coming to other platforms sometime later. Everybody knows they love sometime later, but yeah, people, I've heard reports, I think it was from John Scar's podcast, that he was saying Q2. get get looking forward to that. I mean, we have new survivors. There's somebody with like a sniper rifle. If you haven't played Risk of Rain 2 yet, it's an awesome roguelike from a small little company. I think they're called Hapopo. I can never say it right.
I don't know.
But awesome little game. So much story in one game. All these different survivors with all of these different skills, and at the same time, you like upgrade all throughout. Multiple different ways to beat the game. I've had a lot of fun with it. I've got multiple achievements. Here we go. I was able to pull it up with my struggling computer. Oh, I can't wait until I get a new computer coming soon. So on the new DLC, we should expect a new survivor, a new boss, some new items, which are always interesting to combo with other items. And a lot more things, new stages, new random events, new interactables, new elite types, new game modes, new item tiers, alternate final stage, new alternate final boss, new music, and the music is so good in this game too. Plus more. So I'm actually a little bit excited. May hop into some Risk of Rain 2 later.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a try. I think I only tried it once, but
Oh,
I
you
think
gotta
you're
get
more
back into it.
I know.
And you can play solo or co-op.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I should try it. You just have like 120 game I can play right now.
Yeah, I know. And you got to get through Grime first. We've talked about this.
Oh yeah, that's true. And it's still too much into Stadia, right?
Coming up next, I have my notes here. Don't you fret. My computer is struggling along. Mexico, Brazil, and Australia all hinting towards opening up their Google Stadia. The combined gaming population alone is looking to break the 200 million number. What I'm most excited about hearing about Mexico and Brazil is the fact that consoles in those markets are expensive and not as available as they are in these markets, leaving a perfect opportunity for gaming platforms to be in the cloud, play on any screen you have with a controller you already own. I could see it really taking off in these territories. So I look forward to the announcements. There's been multiple people on Reddit saying they've been able to ping Stadia servers in Sao Paulo. I shared a registration sort of website from the Mexico official business registration where they were showing Stadia is registered there. All very exciting stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That like we're gonna get more player onto Stadia, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy about that. I know like Brazil, I keep seeing like tweets about people wanted to have Stadia over there, and the fact we can have Mexico and Australia. That's crazy. So much more people. So it's gonna be filling up the hours. So you're not gonna run out of people to play with.
And I mean, hopefully, just the more attention coming to Stadia, the better it is for Stadia in general. I mean,
Exactly.
let's jump into the next one. I think was sort of a cloud hanging on people's head was the Stadia exclusive here. I want to talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
The Stadia exclusive was an interview with I guess some sort of former Google employee, or was it a Google employee?
They didn't really say. They were like, yeah, former Google employees that maybe was there with the SG&E, and that's what they like found out basically.
Yeah, there was just some reporting. So some interesting news there. They're deprioritizing Stadia was the name of the article, but as we sort of read on through, you kind of see that they're not deprioritizing, probably not the best use of words. What they're doing is they're focusing on two avenues for Stadia. One is the consumer player base, and the other is the Google Stream, which is the new brand name coming off of Stadia now. And the Google Stream being platformed to people like Peloton. Hey, operate all your Peloton stuff on Google Stream. And it'll make it awesome. AT&T did the same thing with Batman. If something works, then keep selling it and going down that and putting the resources behind that. But
Exactly.
at the same time, they're saying, hey, we're still committed to Stadia. And I think 20% is an awesome little team to make something still going. At least they didn't say 5%. I mean, I'm happy with 20% dedicated to Stadia. I mean,
Yeah,
how much percentage was the Xbox when they left Microsoft, right? Or when they were in Microsoft? They were a small little rogue group, according to that
exactly.
documentary. But
Hey, if you look at it, like mostly all of Stadia is run through the Google infrastructure cloud and then all the server. So it's understanding that like they want to maximize the use of like all the hardware, all the money they put in there. 20% seem probably small, but it could be very huge at the end of the day. It's giving Stadia the opportunity to keep going and still provide games, still support the consumer, still support us into playing games. And who knows, like maybe that's gonna change when like everything is gonna kick off. We still have a lot of people that don't know anything about cloud gaming. They're still like considering like hardware is the way to go. Like the days where like recently in the last year, you see like it's hard to get a computer. It's hard to get like any hardware, getting a PlayStation 5, getting an Xbox.
exactly.
Like it's not gonna go away, right? So I think like the function of the cloud gaming, it's just going to keep going from there. We look at GeForce now, we look at Stadia, and now we got to look at all the other service coming out, like Luna, Amazon is like doing their thing on there. It's all going to develop. Like I don't see any end to this anytime soon.
Yeah, and I hope so. So
Exactly.
the article went on, it continued to say a couple new things. One thing in particular, which I was the most interested to hear, and I didn't expect this myself, was that after a year of Stadia, they had set a milestone of 1 million. However, they fell short of that by 25%, meaning they had 750,000 people on Stadia. That is an
Yeah.
insane. I did not think that they had reached that kind of interest
I
for Stadia.
know.
And I think that should have been celebrated like crazy. To be 1 year into the gaming industry and make that kind of impact to show those people. I think you're only growing from there, and should have given it more steam instead of hitting the brakes. I remember seeing and I retweeted this articles back in 2020 where there were open gaming studios
Mhm.
in California and Montreal. So I mean, I just wish it could have been, but hey, if it takes a couple more years, maybe it takes a couple more years to get up and walk. And
I know, like you gotta think like think about all the other big industry out there. Like after the first year, how much like people were playing their console or playing their game. So it's actually pretty good to see that like Stadia made it that high, and it was like, oh, we didn't achieve our goal, but like look at the number you achieved. You achieved 75% out of it. That's freaking amazing. Like they set their goal high and they went for it, and I'm pretty sure they went over what they were expecting. That's my thought. That's a lot of people and it's still increasing. So I'm happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was another surprise in there that people should have been celebrating. And then um, they close out the article. So those were probably the main takeaway points there from the exclusive. And what I don't think anyone expected was a response from
Yeah.
Stadia.
And I was quite happy about that. With like the recent like couple months, they were not like they were staying silent all the time. I was happy they like posted something on Twitter.
Yeah, so here it is, quote unquote. If you hear one thing, hear this, people. And it, they didn't say people. The Stadia team is working really hard on a great future for Stadia and cloud gaming. We hope you agree, and we know the proof is in the playing. Now, they were doing a quote on proof is in the pudding. They're saying proof is in the playing. See what they did there. But I think it's amazing, amazing tweet. It sort of says, hey, working hard on a great future. And I think
Hmm.
that's what everyone is saying. I think what they did was just squashed all of the hate that was going to come from this article by putting that out there.
Yeah, and like they also replied to their own post, adding like saying like that they're proud to offer 50 game and pro member in
Yeah.
February, and then there's more than 100 title coming on Stadia for 2022, and plenty of free play day for everyone to enjoy. So like when they're doing the free weekend and stuff like that, there's more to
Yeah.
come, and I think that was a great thing. And they also say there's also more feature goodness coming to Stadia 2, stuff we can't talk about just yet, but we promise to share when we can. So something else is coming up soon. So more new feature. Is it like maybe the UI or like extra feature, more like Stream Connect within different game? Who knows, right?
I wanted to be what we talked about yesterday, the Stadia ghost. Go in, your favorite YouTuber, they're able to like record their ghost, and then you have some sort of Stadia overlay or something. Oh my god, it would be so good. It'd be so good. Imagine you could game with your favorite streamer at any time, and all they have to do is like make the Stadia copy or something like that,
Yeah.
and then you could just activate your overlay. Oh, I want to activate the caucus overlay, and boom, he's like in your fire team while you're doing the raid.
Yeah.
What?
That would be crazy. Yeah, I think they need to develop more feature. One thing I would like to do to see is that the streaming to YouTube directly, being able to add your camera or attach your hardware to it, or even like modifying there like the UI if they change it or anything like that. There's like more that they can do about it, and I'm happy to see that there's more to come on Stadia. So
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Cool stuff. So actually a positive. I don't know what people are with. I feel like it's all clickbait, but I wouldn't say deprioritizing. And I
Yeah.
don't think anyone from Google or Stadia said deprioritizing. So not really the best use of words.
Yeah, I think when this article came out, everybody was freaking out, and I think it's like a little bit of a eight or like false information. Not necessarily false, probably someone that was like pissed about his experience with Google, and he's just like, oh, that's what I know, but like they didn't like give all the detail, or the article can be manipulated. So I'm
Yeah, it
quite
just
happy that
seems, yeah,
Stadia just was like, don't believe into that. You cannot believe everything that what people says on social media or anything like that. So
more positive than negative to me coming out of that article. So
yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, that was a win for Stadia, I think.
yeah. Alrighty then. Let's keep going here if my list will load. Okay. Yeah, I know you highlighted that because you see the way people, just so you know, we have these podcast notes and Nads likes to, go in order and I like to jump around. So
Yeah, sorry. I was like, oh, maybe you forgot about this one. All good.
no, it makes sense. Why wouldn't you go in order? Me, I'm just crazy. I just jump
Oh, good.
from tangent to tangent. But here we have this Sky Climbers Alpha sign up. So this worried me for a little bit, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to bring it up because who knows, the alpha, is it going to be available to Stadia? Well, guess what? Sky Climbers has been showing nothing but love to Stadia recently, saying support for Stadia on Stadia Saturday. They just sent out a tweet on its own saying we support Stadia, still coming to Stadia, no plans of unchanged. Then coming up, I think it was like 2 days later, boom, alpha coming out March 22nd, 2022, and it's coming to Stadia. And people were not too sure about that. They were saying, hey, is this alpha going to be available for Stadia? But they reconfirmed it in a tweet there. So very excited to see that reconfirmation from the Sky Climbers Twitter account. And I'm just pumped.
I am pumped too. I think it's gonna be super fun. Like if we can play on beta, that would be amazing. I'm quite happy about it. That's gonna be good.
I want to sign up with like the Stadia Party Chat podcast email address because I feel like my email address won't get picked because they're saying content creators and other things. But yeah, I hope so. So
there you go.
You can sign up. Yeah.
I'm sharing it right now. So if you go on Twitter, Sky Climber has like the link there. If you go on it, you'll have you can sign up for the newsletter and click what you want. It tells you that's not the key are not permanent, and they're gonna choose people randomly. So
yeah,
quite interesting.
They show what they're going to bring in the alpha, some gameplay. There's talking about co-op coming soon.
Survival,
so really interesting.
game loop. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm super pumped. Sky Climbers looks almost like Arc and gameplay, a little like just this sort of idea of Arc, but almost more approachable. Like I feel like it's going to be easier to grasp because in Arc you trained animals, you built resources, survival, right?
Yeah.
I see Sky Climbers being almost very, very similar to Arc, but it just seems more approachable. I don't know how you feel about that playing.
I feel like I'm excited about it. I can't wait to try it. If you watch the video they have there, it looks amazing. Like from the last video we watched was very pre-alpha. I think they made it better. Hopefully it's gonna be amazing when we start playing on alpha, and I'll be happy to test it for them and provide some feedback.
Yeah, I see him in the alpha video, like catching a bird like a Pokemon. And now I guess you can fly that bird and stuff. I don't know. Maybe you can build a castle in the sky and then attack people with birds. Who knows? Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Moving on to Dying Light 2. I don't know if you saw the tweet. If my computer would move forward, but it looked like from the Dying Light 2 account, they had tweeted out, hey, get ready for Dying Light 2, and it's coming to all these platforms. And they listed Stadia, which everyone lost their minds. They were saying, what? This is amazing. Like another like AAA title coming to Stadia. Like could not be more excited. And here we go. Pull it up. Available on Xbox Series X, other X stuff, other Play stuff, Epic Games Store, Techland Store on Windows PC, Steam, and Stadia. What? Awesome. But when? So we don't necessarily know when it's coming to Stadia. They since then removed the Stadia reference. I don't know if Stadia wants to release it on their own timeline and say, hey, we're going to do Dying Light. Here's when it's coming out. But hey, could be coming out. There's a reason why they would have put it there. So I want it to be there. Have you played the first one?
No, I haven't played. I saw some gameplay. It looks amazing. I think maybe like Stadia wanted to make it a surprise. I don't know. Everybody was caught off guard when they saw this. Maybe the developer didn't meant to put it right away. Maybe it's gonna come to Stadia but on a later date. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to wait and see. But I look forward. I played the first Dying Light. It's like a first-person zombie survival game. but I wouldn't say more like survive, more like sort of missions and stuff. And like nightfall is different than daytime, like way worse. And then there's like people who have like form almost like Walking Dead situation where there's like those. Anyway, it gets complex, a lot of layers, and the zombies are cool. So
Yeah, and I think it's a first person
yeah,
shooter, right?
FPS,
And then you can do some
melee and stuff,
yeah, you can do some jumping, some what do you call it when like
parkour,
hardcore
parkour,
parkour,
parkour.
yeah. So it's pretty interesting. I think you can watch a trailer also of Dying
I
Light
think it's
2.
out now on other consoles.
Oh yeah, it is out. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, I hope it comes to Stadia. Coming up next on the news, MotoGP. So we were supposed to get this at an earlier date. I believe it released on other consoles back in April. So we're getting it a little late. It's coming at a reduced price. So for you people who love motorcycle, and I think MotoGP 20 was part of the Pro lineup a couple months ago, but they actually removed it since then. So if you need that motorcycle fix now and you need it the newest fix, it's here on Stadia for your cloud gaming enjoyment. I've played MotoGP on my cell phone back in high school, maybe like 15 years ago. I remember playing like moving it side to side like that. But I
Yeah.
haven't really played it since.
Did they had it also for Nintendo, the NES, and you can get this inflatable balloon that you could ride and
Oh
simulate
my
your turn.
god.
You don't remember that?
I
It's
never
just
saw that. That sounds cool.
it was an inflatable balloon, but you sit on it, it's like a bike, and you were
Oh
doing
wow.
that. It was, yeah, it was what it was in those days, right? But I remember the graphic. It's like mainly like you switching lane. That's how you're racing, right? But yeah, that's crazy. Now with technology, it's way better than this. So
Yeah, it looks pretty realistic
Mhm.
with all the 4K
I
and
don't
great
think I've
graphics.
tried the one. I think we have one
Yeah,
on.
we have 20 GP20.
Oh, geez, I haven't even tried it.
Yeah, I've tried it once, but it was like just one of those super realistic sims where if you crash, you're basically dead, your bike's
Mm.
broken, and you're out of racing.
Yeah, I think now they make it so realistic. It's almost like maybe a professional to play it.
Yeah.
It's a simulator, really.
So, did you want to talk a little bit here on Sony and the acquirement of Bungie and Bungie using the Google Cloud servers for their development in the past?
Yeah, so basically, yeah, so Sony bought Bungie, but for a while, Bungie and Google had like some sort of agreement, or there was like something going on for a while, and we knew that during the COVID, when we were all in lockdown, Bungie developed a lot of the Beyond Light using Stadia or using the cloud server from Google, and that probably is another way that they're gonna that 80% we're talking about using the infrastructure to help out. Um, like sell it to company to use it like AT&T they release a game, but like in this case Bungie could use a portion of it just to do their development from home, right? So they don't need to bring like their powerful computer to do, because it's a lot of demanding to like do 3D developing for a game on a computer. So I'm guessing not everybody has that at home. So
Mm-hmm.
the fact they had to bring that at home, maybe they're gonna use a cloud service to be able to do that, maybe helping. But there was like a lot of talk about this in the past, and I wonder if like that with the Sony buying Bungie, if they're still gonna be doing that, is they still gonna use a cloud server from Google? I'm not exactly sure, but I know we heard about it before. And I think like with someone with the article saying Bungie got bought by Sony, they're mentioning that also. I try to remember. I saw an article about it,
Yeah, I
and I
think I
kind of
read
pull it.
something similar.
So I think it's good overall that Sony bought Bungie. I think Bungie is gonna get like more out of it, budget wise, and like I feel like that acquisition from Sony, it's not like oh yeah, now you're mine, you do everything I tell you to do. It's more like, here's a support, GoFundMe almost, right? So here's some money, develop your game is going well, we'll take care of your movie type of thing. They like, we're not gonna touch your game, like keep at it, we're just gonna worry about your movie. And then like, if you want to do some side deal with other company, go for it. I'm quite happy to see that, and maybe there's more to coming out with that, like with this acquisition, because now we have like Microsoft buying everybody pretty much, a bit as the, and they bought Activision. Is that saying that we're not going to see any more game from Bethesda and Activision on Stadia or other console? Don't know. We never know. I think like now the market, like the exclusivity thing for like most company, it's a dying thing, because I feel like um most game, even though they're exclusive, they're just exclusive for a little while, and after that they release to everything, because they know like there's the market is there, the developer can make way more money. Microsoft knows that, like, hey, they own Bethesda, they like make game like Skyrim, Fallout. Like they're not gonna stop them to release like the same game on PlayStation or like maybe on cloud gaming or anything like that, because they know people's gonna buy the game, right? So at the end of the day, that's how it's come to down to, is like, if they conserve themselves and saying like, oh, I own everybody and I'm just gonna make them for my console, it's like a bad way to go,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. But we're gonna see it from Bethesda and
Activision.
Activision, and so get prepared. Yeah. Oh well. Moving on, we have some Ubisoft news. Who does not believe in that? They put their game anywhere and everywhere you can. uh, so if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. And Stadia is coming out with Oddballers this March. So actually, a lot of games coming out this March. I feel at they're starting to announce, and it bodes well. I mean, if this is the kind of thing we're going to start to hear April games rolling out, I think it'll just be consistently rollout stream of games, which I look forward to hearing about and reporting on.
Mhm.
But basically, it looks like a dodgeball based game in a circle. There seems to be obstacles. You're throwing it at different people, 4 players locally, 6 players online. They'll need to hone their dodgeball skills across 3 unique environments, winning medals, partaking in various mini games. Anything you can get your hands on will be a weapon. Throw balls, cactuses, or cacti, sorry, that's the plural there, or even chickens, you name it. So it looks like sort of like a fun party game,
Yeah,
jumping in on and seeing who can be the best dodgeballer.
that is funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's like such a random game to come out with, and
Yeah.
Ubisoft is coming out with
Ubisoft, yeah.
that's amazing.
I
Probably
wonder
gonna be
who.
crossplay.
I
Who
mean,
in?
like which Ubisoft did this? Like,
Uh,
was it Ubisoft Canada who's putting this out there? Is it the French? Who knows?
I tried to find it. I don't see it within the article.
No.
It just say Ubisoft game. Um, well, it's good that it's coming out soon, so I'm happy that they're coming out with more game. They're not giving up into like Stadia, because it's coming to Stadia and all platform. And Ubisoft, they know how to work. They also like have it for coming out for Luna. Uh, that's awesome. Like, I'm
Yeah.
happy to see that. It doesn't say who does it. Probably gonna find out later. It's Ubisoft, so like it could be anybody in Ubisoft, really.
Again, Luna's not available in Canada still. That's funny.
Is it still in beta though, right?
Yeah, it's still beta.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Well, moving on, we have from my hometown, what Toronto making a video game. They got their own studio, and they're going big time with it. That's right. Dawn of the Monsters, touted for another March release. So this is a Toronto studio, 13 a.m. Games, and they're creating a kaiju, which is I think it's like Japanese lore for giant monster. in that Godzilla realm situation. Have you heard of a Keiju?
No, I don't know anything about
Okay, okay.
Keiju.
Have you heard of Bowser's Fury? Have you played that for the
Uh,
Nintendo Switch?
Bowser's Fury. Is that the one of the game that Nintendo came out with, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, it's the newest Mario edition.
Oh, okay. I don't
No,
remember
you
seeing
didn't.
that. Yeah.
Okay, well, Keiju, you should look it
hmm
up. Is like Godzilla. He's a Keiju, Godzilla,
Okay.
and it's sort of like this Japanese or Asian style way of telling these giant monsters. Whenever you see a giant monster that's like walking around in a big city, like toppling over the towers, that's a Keiju.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. So you're gonna be fighting big monster. That's what it is. It looked like to be a side scroller 2D, so quite fun. If you like that kind of game, that's perfect. And it's like fighting big monsters, so
I mean, that's epic. And the fact that it's coming from Toronto, I mean, I just want to
that is so funny, right?
give them some love. That's cool. Expect that coming in March. Check out more on Stadia Source. You can follow at 13 a.m. Games, and check out their YouTube channel there. Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah.
March is getting some good games.
It's
Uh,
crazy. February, end of February, we're gonna have the Witch Queen. We got like there's Elder
mhm.
Ring coming out soon also, and now March is gonna be a bunch of game. I feel like there's so many coming out soon, so it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. We have 100 games coming this year, so I'm sure we'll just keep hitting it up. I mean, that's 2 a week, if I got the math right about. So
Well, also like now every month we're getting what up to 7 games for free for pro gaming. So
we're running at, I don't know what games we're possibly going to get in March because I don't know what's left in the library.
well, they're gonna have new games coming out. So
But there's got to be one game in there in the library that I just don't even know what they could possibly give us that's still in the library. Family Feud.
Oh yeah, that would be good. I was considering to buy it. That could be a good game to play.
No, they won't give anything Ubisoft. So I don't know. I don't know
I don't
what they'll
know.
do. I
Any other
really want to.
indie games? Maybe some DLC, free
There's this game
DLC.
on Stadia called Hellpoint, and I've been like curious to try it. It's a roguelike, so similar to Risk of Rain,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's made from like an indie developer, like a small group, and it looks pretty cool. You're like in a space station, and you like just develop more like darkness powers. And you fight like these zombie things. So I don't know. I've always been curious. I've just wanted to come to pro. So maybe 1 month.
Maybe, yeah, maybe we're gonna see some of them there. So who knows?
Instinction. Am I saying that right? They opened up a new poll, a dino poll.
Yeah. So you can vote for your favorite dino. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Ranging from the Ankylosaurus all the way from the Tyrannosaurus. You can vote as many times as you wish. I wish for the dinosaurs that aren't even currently listed. So awesome. Instinction has been confirmed as coming to Stadia, although
Yeah.
no release date has been given, but it looks pretty cool. It's like a Turok type of feel to me.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's like almost like Ark, but I don't know if it's gonna be more an adventure type of thing.
yeah,
And looking at the poll, there's a massive list of
dinosaurs.
dinosaur. And there's also the other button where you can add another dinosaur. I don't know like how many dinosaur it is, but there is, but that's crazy.
I like the Rickysaurus.
Rickysaurus.
That,
Is it in
that's
there?
no, that's just my name with Saurus.
Okay, I was like, maybe it's possible.
The Espressosaurus.
There we go. You should just go other and like vote for that. That's pretty funny.
Stadiasaurus.
That's awesome.
No, what's your favorite dinosaur, Nats?
I don't know. I don't have a favorite dinosaur.
Don't
I
have a favorite dinosaur. I
no,
mean,
I like I used to like dinosaur when I was a kid, but now it's like it's not something I think about. I think I like the T-Rex.
you're
The
thinking about the
T-Rex is
wrong
always
things on a daily
yeah,
basis,
exactly, right?
Sebastian.
I should think more about dinosaur. But the T-Rex always been like, oh the cool one is just like
Yeah,
you kill everything. It's yeah. So I know
but
playing Ark, having a T-Rex is quite fun. So I really like riding it and just like destroying everything. He's roaring and it's like numbing everything around. So yeah.
there you go. Have you seen the new Jurassic Parks?
The latest one, which one was that?
The one with Chris Pratt, I
Oh
think
yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah. Yeah, where
When
he's
he
like
trains the raptors like
yeah,
dogs. Oh
exactly.
my God, that's what I want.
Yeah, I think
That's
one of
what I
the
want.
raptors called Blue. He's like Blue. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I look at espresso and I'm like,
You cannot
coming
fight a
up short.
raptor.
Coming up short.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. I think that's the last bit of news. We've been running a little long here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Let's thank the new sponsors here, Stadia Source, hitting us up with a lot of news as always, so thank you for that. I think Twitter and Reddit is where I got my other sources of news, so thank you guys there. 9 to 5 Google, I know you guys are always out there writing stuff about Stadia. I'm sure some of our articles were inspired there, so awesome. Closing notes, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and hit the notification bells for alert when our podcast hits the air. Leave a comment, tell us about you and your Stadia and your gaming life. You can find Stadia Party Chat Podcast, the audio version of our podcast, on Anchor, Spotify, and Podcast. Actually, I got to figure that out, and I will do that because we've been live streaming. So I got to figure out how to get it back onto the audio version, but I'll do
There
that.
we go.
Thanks everybody. That's the news for this week. We thank you for tuning in, hearing our thoughts. Look forward to sharing more next week. As always, I'm Rudigs on Stadia, giving you my perspective on the cloud, and my co-host Sebastian.
Yes, you can find me as Nad614 on Stadia. So come and join us anytime. And yeah, we'll give you some more news next week.
Oh my gosh, so much news this week. And we love it. Awesome podcast. We'll talk to everybody later.
Right.
All right. See ya.
Take care.